it's hockey month. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Sheffield Steelers guy video. Happy hockey month, guys. We have done it. It is August. Welcome to my 2025 to 2026 Sheffield Steelers guy predictions. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Now, obviously, with hockey being back this month, it only feels right to predict who is going to win the league, the Challenge Cup, and of course the playoffs. Now, I did these predictions back in June, but Belfast hadn't even signed a single player then, so it was very weird for me to just go and predict where I think they'd finish when they had no players. So I have came back to make my predictions now that most Elite League teams have nearly completed their rosters and it is nearly time for jersey rating season to get fully underway. We're not going to waste any time and go from 10th to 1st with my 25 to 26 predictions. Please bear in mind, the following are just my opinions. You do not need to get offended by somebody's opinions on where a team is going to place. If I place your team low down, yeah, that's my opinion. You can say different. But please do not have a go at me just for simply where I'm putting your team, okay? Got it? Good. Let's go into it. At number 10, the Dundee Stars. Now, I think that Dundee are a bit of a... Do you know when you're on a roller coaster at a theme park and you're going up and down and up and down? That describes all three of the Scottish teams in the Elite League. Glasgow fans think they're going to win something and then they come 7th every year. Fife look really good and then they just collapse. Dundee have a really good roster, but it's been the same story for the Dundee Stars and I think it's going to continue this season. Dundee can come anywhere from 10th to 9th to 8th to 7th and even challenge for mid-table in some seasons. But I just think Dundee needs something in the future to get them up because the Elite League has literally been that same area for the Dundee Stars. At number 9, we have the Fife Flyers. Now, you might be saying, well, Fife look really good next year. How come you've put them in 9th? Personally, in my opinion, I think that teams who are signing physical players are going to pay for those physical players. And for the Flyers, it'll be penalty minutes, in my opinion. I do think the Flyers will take too many penalty minutes. And they've lost some really good players as well. Like, Chiodo's left. They've got Emma back, but Chiodo's gone. Little Man has gone. So I do think Fife are going to struggle because of the penalty minutes on the physical players. Therefore, I have put them in 9th. I do think they'll have a good start, and I do think that actually they'll be pretty close to whoever comes in 8th in these standing predictions. It's just the penalty minutes that will take them out in the last few weeks. At number 8, I have got the Manchester Storm. To be honest, the Manchester Storm are one of the most boring Elite League teams you can ever ask for. First of all, you've got their usual chants. You, Storm, come on. We will rock you, Storm. Storm. The freaking fan base sound depressing when they're chanting that. Let's go. Storm. Storm. Give it some passion, lads. But obviously, I do think Manchester are going to get better. You know, you can trust Cam Critchlow, and he is going to get the Storm into the playoff spots. I would love to see a team like Manchester, you know, in the Final Four at the playoffs. The Final Four last season at the playoffs was Belfast, Cardiff, Sheffield and Nottingham. The Big Four went to the Final Four. And guess what? Go on, guess. Who were the final 4 teams in the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup? Belfast, Nottingham, Sheffield and Cardiff. The Big Four dominated last season in all aspects. Let's go through the top 4 in the league standings. Belfast, Sheffield, Nottingham and Cardiff. In all 3 competitions, you had the Big Four dominating. Is it time that changes in 25-26? Because the Big Four dominated last season, and I think Manchester are one of the teams who can try and do it. At number 7, and this was really hard because I had teams like Cardiff, Glasgow or Guildford in these positions, but I decided to go with Guildford. Now, Guildford are a bit of those teams who could be on a really smooth journey. You know, second in 22-23, they come barreling down. And 6th and 7th is where about mid-table will Guildford Flames be. Paul Dixon is a great head coach. But yet again, Guildford have also lost a few big players ahead of next season. Ryan Tate, one of their fan favourites, gone to Sheffield. Eamon McAdam, one of their best goalies, gone to Sheffield. And a few others as well. And the Guildford Flames, they were really pivotal players for their squad, who they have now lost. But they've gained players back, such as Jamal Watson and sadly Tyler Bush. But I do think Guildford are going to struggle with the talent that will be above them. But hopefully I'm wrong, because Guildford are one of my soft spot teams in the league. At number 6, go on, guess it. It was difficult again, because I had Glasgow there, and then I had Cardiff, but I went with Glasgow. The Glasgow Clan is a simple story. They build a really good team in the off-season, their fans get believed into thinking that team is good, and then when the season comes round, they take off and come barreling straight back down. But maybe this is the era of Corey Nielsen at the Glasgow Clan, but it's going to take him a few years to actually get into the position. I think Glasgow are finally not going to finish 7th for once, but I don't think they're going to come above 5th as well. I think Glasgow are going to be a good team next year, and I think they'll have a great start, but I think it will be the late games that will make them suffer. At number 5, we have the Cardiff Devils. Paul freaking Thompson. The guy who tore apart the Sheffield Steelers. I will never forgive you for that, by the way. He is now going to tear apart the Cardiff Devils. Let's say right now, the Cardiff Devils are in a deep situation at the minute. They've been through so many head coaches in the past few years. As soon as Andrew Lord left, everything has seemed to just drop off. They've been in a few Challenge Cup finals. They've lost them all. They had a playoff final era where they were winning playoffs. Now they can't seem to win a playoffs. The Cardiff Devils need something, and I'm sorry Devils fans, but in my opinion, Paul Thompson isn't that. Look at the physicality on that roster. Let me tell you now, the goalie for the Cardiff Devils is really good, and I think he's going to play really well for Cardiff. They've got the other players as well, like Sanford, Brandt. Brandt being a fan favourite, that's why they probably brought him back. But I do think Cardiff will struggle to beat Nottingham, Sheffield and Belfast coming 5th. At number 4, are you ready for this? Bam, bam. Coventry Blaze. Now the Coventry Blaze, and I said this last year in my standing predictions, they're like this. You open a cereal box and the same thing comes out every single time. Last year, I put Coventry in 10th. I still greatly regret that. I think we all did, to be honest. But Coventry, yet again, look good this year. They are going to be a good team. Kevin Moore knows what he's doing. And I think this year, the Blaze are going to be really good. But you're not beating us. We're getting revenge on you. Okay? Cool? Got it. At number 3, are you ready for this? Belfast Giants, ladies and gentlemen, in number 3. Now, Belfast are obviously going to Europe this year, and as we all know, there is a curse behind going to Europe. The curse is a team will go and represent their team in Europe, they'll come back and everything collapses. We saw it with the Steelers after the round of 16 game last year. We saw it with Cardiff after they won the Continental Cup. It's going to happen to Belfast, and we all know it. But besides that, Belfast just don't look as good as they were last year. I think their 24-25 team looks a lot better than their 25-26 team. And not to say it's going to be harder for the Giants to win the league now, because all of the other teams in the Big Four know exactly what Belfast are about. And Sheffield will be right firing fire down the Belfast Giants' neck. At number 2, so we have Nottingham or Sheffield. Nottingham or Sheffield? Nottingham Panthers. The Nottingham Panthers had a really good season last year. It was the first season in a long time where we saw Panthers hockey, sadly. But this year, you're going to go straight back to your old selves. You're going to be in it at the start, and then the wheels are going to come off the bus. And you think Danny Stewart is good at his hockey at Nottingham? Oh, Danny Stewart hockey is coming to Nottingham properly this year. You are going to see exactly what Danny Stewart does in real life. And the Sheffield Steelers are going to edge the Panthers out by just a few points in the title race. It's going to be a close title race, guys. Buckle your belts. And I think it's going to be a rivalry title race. Mitch Fossier, he's going to have a good start to the season, but then the rest of the league will know exactly what he does, and it'll be easier to stop him. Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the moment you have all been waiting for. Who does Sheffield Steelers guy think is going to win the league this year? Now, I'm not being biased with who's going to win, because you all know who I'm going to say. I have actually predicted this, and if our team wasn't predicted good, I wouldn't have put us there. But the Sheffield Steelers. Simply put it, we have the best forward lines going into this season. Yeah, that's all on paper, but Cliff Pooh, Ryan Tate, Nick Seitz, Evan Jasper, Jack Doherty, we look so good for next year. And one thing that I think we've really upgraded on is defence. Defence looks solid, and second of all, the forward lines, we've got a crap ton of players who can run at 200 miles per hour on the ice. It is going to be hard to match this Steelers team. Besides that, we've got two really good goalies, Matt Greenfield in net, and then Eamon McAdam as backup. Two really good goalies who will be able to split up games this season. The Steelers are going to be a great team. Not only that, the Brit pack for the Steelers is amazing. Reese Kelly, Logan Nielsen, Cole Shudra, and Robert Dowd. Yes, we lost Whittle, but we don't talk about that. Yes, we lost a few players last year. But, you know, Usela's back, Balmus is back. It's going to be a very exciting season. And we're still rumoured Stephen Harper. Probably as you're watching this video, Stephen Harper's probably already been signed. But you never know. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave your league predictions in the comments below. I'd love to see you guys. Who do you think is going to win the league? Who do you think isn't going to win the league? Oh, I forgot. My Challenge Cup and playoff winner predictions. Challenge Cup, I'm going to put it simple. I'm going to go for Belfast. I think they'll win something. I'd be very shocked if they didn't. And playoffs, well, that can be anybody's guess, really, so I'll do that one later in the season. If you guys have enjoyed this video, give it a like and, of course, subscribe. There's not long to go now, guys. 29 days until the Steelers are back. It's Hockey Month!